Brian, I watched Connor Lew.
Connor Lew. You like Connor Lew?
I like Connor Lew, man, the center from Auburn. I've seen 2 centers so far that I like, both SEC guys.
One of them undersized, though, huh?
Talking about Slaughter.
Yeah.
Slaughter about a good, what, 308, 305?
Yeah, we're at like 303. Kind of like that. I think
he could use a sandwich. He could use a sandwich.
I like the peanut butter theory myself.
Peanut butter theory is very interesting. These people
You taught me about the peanut butter theory.
They show up to the league, they have one off season, and magically they're just bigger than they've ever been, and they neck real thick and all this. They have different protein at these teams than we have access to, Brian. Right. Slaughter could definitely use some of that. How big is Lew, Brian?
My measurements I have him at 6'3", 300.
Okay.
Is what I have. And again, we'll go back, we'll get the official combine numbers, we'll pour through those, we'll have a show about the combine. But I have him right now. The numbers I'm working off of is 6'3", 300 pounds.
Connor Lew, Brian, played against some good competition that means a lot to me. And if you're going to be a center, the one thing I'm interested in is how you hold up by yourself. When you line up against those zeros and they have to bull you down the middle, and you got to give ground slowly. You got to anchor on those guys. You got to shoot hands quicker at center than you do guard and than you do at tackle. What are your down blocks like? Can you reach like a 2 technique or something like that?
Yeah.
Can you down block to a 2?
Can you get to a 3?
Centers, you special.
You get to a 3. We're the outside shoulder of the guard. You snatch a 3 technique. You're doing pretty good.
The further down you can reach and down block, the higher you get drafted.
There we go.
You know what I'm saying?
You put that very well. I'm just trying to technique wise, and you're saying the further outside you can block a guy, the more you're going to get drafted.
So Connor Lew can reach about to some 2 eyes, you know what I'm saying? To some guys that's lined up inside the guard, right?
Right.
So that's about a 2nd round grade for me, you know what I mean? Yeah. But when I was watching Linderbaum, he was like reaching 3s and
snatch those 3s
and back blocking the 3s. The farther you go.
Yeah.
So I think Connor Lew's Georgia game is a really good example. That's a really good example of what you could do with this
Preach,
guy.
my brother. Preach.
You know what I'm saying? They put big, strong people in front of them. They put quick-footed people in front of them. Our guy Miller got involved in that as well. And you just see Connor Lew competing and fighting with all those guys. Sometimes he's comboing. Sometimes he's looking for work as a help guy. Other times he was one-on-one. And Brian, every time he kind of hung in there. I didn't see Lew dominate those guys, but he didn't get us killed. And that's a question somebody was asking me, right? If you like, let's just say it's a center from Middle Tennessee, and he's whooping the Navy kids or the Albany kids or something. I'd rather Connor Lew that's in good fights that lose sometimes. He may give up ground sometimes to the Georgia Bama kids,
right?
Than the dude that's whooping up on smaller schools. I think Lew plays with a good base, good leverage. I think his hand placement is really good, Brian. There are times, and look, you can see it, you don't have to be an O-line coach, but sometimes his hands will get high. Somebody get chest on him and he'll replace his hands. Some people don't replace. Some people just keep their hands up there and just go for the ride. But he's constantly trying to find placement with his hands, and I think like that's an active mental thing. That's an active reactionary thing. I love that in a center, smooth as a pass blocker, Brian. He may give up a step or two or whatever, but once he anchors, they kind of stay in there. I don't know how strong he is though, Brian. I'm not sure how strong he is, but it feels like he can anchor strong people. It feels like he can handle powerful people, Brian.
I love what you're doing here because I saw the same thing. Texas A&M, Georgia. Texas A&M's got big inside guys. We talk about A&M defense, and man, VOCH's telling you, hey, watch this guy, watch that guy. But you're absolutely right about you would think at 300 pounds, he'd have no anchor street. He actually does. But I kind of feel like that he's the best suited because of the movement. If he plays with a team that allows him to move and not have to play with brute strength. But he's capable. He's capable. And I don't think it's something that you want 65 plays of sitting down on people. But if you put him moving and going, and this guy's super smart. I mean, you watch him play, you could tell he's kind of got the idea of like the help. I got to be over here. I'm going to shield this guy away. I know the ball's coming behind me over here. He does all those things that you like in a center. And it's kind of like, in a way, VOCH, he kind of absorbs the defender and then he positions himself to be able to.
He walls guys off really well.
He will take the block and then he'll turn and then he knows the ball's coming behind him or the ball's going to go outside. You know, it's really impressive. It's funny. The last line I said about them, I said, his lack of bulk doesn't always show up.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, and so maybe he's going to be a 305-pound guy at best, a 308-pound guy. Yeah. But the athletic ability, he's played a lot of football. This guy's been starting since his freshman year at Auburn.
Yeah.
You know, playing the SEC, playing Georgia, playing A&M now, playing Tennessee, playing Florida, you know, playing all these teams with these big inside players. Connor Lew is not I don't think Connor Lew is a liability at all as a center for being 300 pounds.
For sure. It's interesting. We're saying the same thing about, or I was saying the same thing about Peter Woods, the tackle from Clemson.
Right.
He's a guy that he doesn't get pushed backwards.
Right.
He can sit down and not get pushed backwards, but I don't see him get pressure forward. I don't see him penetrate forward. So Connor Lew, he doesn't drive people forward. But he doesn't go backwards. He sits down. So that's more of a technique thing than a brute power thing to me. And look, that's cool. Yeah. But ultimately, I think he's really good as a hat-on-hat guy. He's going to need help, but he's a center, so he's going to get help. Yeah. Not really a people pusher on his own, but he can get some movement depending on the opponent. Okay, yeah. I've seen some games where he does get some drive. Yeah. But the Georgia game, like you say, that's top-tier talent right there. You're not going to move Christian Miller just all the way off the ball. Yeah. But if you can fight with him, that's a good thing.
Yeah, it's funny about him too. Like, I'll watch him play and his base will get a little wide. Sure. And usually you think if you got a wide base player that they can't move. Mm-hmm. He's kind of the opposite.
He take them small steps.
Yeah, exactly. He kind of gets himself back in shape doing that.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
But Bryan, I'm a fan. I have him ranked over Slaughter. And look, Slaughter's a guy that I was impressed with too.
I do too.
I was impressed with Slaughter, but Connor Lew is my best center. I got him at the top of the two. Man, Bryan, like 126 maybe.
Yeah.
124, 125, 126.
You got him in the middle of the round.
Yeah, middle of the round. That's where I got.
I'll tell you what. I think I can say I have him personally in the third myself.
Okay.
But he's more. If I say you're 125, I'd be like the 130, 131. And
so we ain't far away.
Yeah, we're not far. And the thing about it is, you know me and but these centers, they're 300-something pounds, and they're getting it done. VOCH, you might be closer, not might. We'll see. We'll see how teams view it. Yeah. He'll test well at the combine, I bet. I bet you he'll run well. The movement drills, everything will look good. People looking for centers. Yeah. 126, 125's a very, very fair grade for this guy.
Yeah. And you know, people are kind of asking like what does that mean? Our Cowboy grading system. So we'll go one. I think of it as 1 point something. Right.
The one. Don't think about the one. It's just a computer thing.
Yeah. So when we go one, what I say, 2.5 or whatever. Just think about like the 2.5.
Right. So
the last two numbers, right? So 2 is the round.
Right.
And think of that last number as like a scale from 1 to 10.
Right.
See what I'm saying? So 129 is like you way at the end.
Yeah.
121, you're way at the beginning of the round. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So 2.
Where you would take them in the round.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So for me, 126, don't even think about the 1. The 2 is round 2. 6 is in the middle of 1 to 10. So 6 is in the middle of the round. So I'm drafting Connor Lew at like 50-something.
Yeah, there you go.
But you'll draft Connor Lew at like 70-something.
Right.
So we're not that far.
Right.
We're not that far.
You know what? The more, reading the report and reading the notes.
You like the player.
I like the player, but I think that you might be more right about the grade of the player.
Sure.
I like him better than Slaughter, and I thought Slaughter's pretty good. I thought Slaughter had some good things, the Florida center. Yeah. I thought he did some good things in the Senior Bowl.
Sure did.
You know, so yeah. Both, if you look at Lew and Slaughter, you look at the number of starts. Like we're talking, Lew, freshman starter, Lew, freshman starter at Auburn, and then Slaughter, starter at Florida, played over 33 games. Yeah. how do guys play over 30-something college games and not play with power or play with
right.
So again, sound like I'm making a case for you on the 125, which is probably that's probably where he that's somebody's going to look at him as probably like the 50th best, maybe just outside the top 50 if you put your top 50 list together, somewhere right around in there. He could be right in the top 50, or it could be 54, 55, somewhere right around there.
See, as an offensive lineman, you don't have to be strong all the time. I just don't want you to be a victim. I don't want you to be a victim of somebody's power.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
John Michael Schmitz from the Giants.
Sure.
You see John Michael Schmitz from the Giants, and you thought athlete, and then you watch him, and he just doesn't anchor like he needs to anchor.
If Mozzie's whooping him, you know what I'm saying? But last year, like Marcus Bowe, you know what I'm saying, from Purdue, didn't really get good push. He was 298, Brian.
Yeah, he was.
But he was a good technician, and he was strong anchoring, so I can live with that.